question, you're up to £11,400. Another 10 seconds coming off the time. We'll start with the strongest link from the last round. That's John. Let's play the weakest link. Start the clock. John, in the dining room, which of the three standard items of cutlery consists essentially of a handle and a bowl?
Spoon.
Correct, Noel. In science, what T precedes imaging to give a two-word term for the detection of an object based on its temperature?
Thermal.
Correct, David. In maths, what is 21 plus 43?
64.
Correct, Camille.
Bang.
According to legend, the only way to kill a werewolf is with a bullet made of which precious metal?
Silver.
Correct. John, in theatre programmes, the names of the cast are often listed in order of their what, appearance or height?
Appearance.
Correct, no.
Bang.
Someone who is seen as very important but only within a limited sphere is said to be a big fish in a small what?
Pond.
Correct, David. The 1987 novelty song by The Firm that includes the line, "It's life, Jim, but not as we know it," was a parody of which cult TV series?
Star Trek.
Correct, Camille.
Bang.
In jewellery, when it is grown under controlled natural conditions in the sea, which gem is described as cultured?
Pearl.
Correct. John, in definitions, a person performing a volte-face goes through a complete change of what, opinion or clothes?
Opinion.
Correct, Noel. In psychic research, the letters ESP stand for extrasensory what?
Perception.
Correct,
Bang.
David. In a 2006 episode entitled Tooth and Claw, the Doctor meets which British monarch who becomes the founder of the Torchwood Institute?
Queen Victoria.
Correct, Camille. In media, the major national newspaper called Die Zeit is published in which European country?
Germany.
Correct!
Bang.
John, in astronomy, what D is a word that can follow red, white and brown to make the names of three different types of star?
Pass.
Dwarf. Noel, in the USA, the abbreviation for the state of Hawaii spells which common two-letter word of greeting?
Hi.
Correct, David. In the early 1950s, which actor spent 6 years in a monastic order before doing his national service? Tom. Time's up. I can't complete the question. You banked £1,750. You had a chain of 12 correct answers. So yet again, you could have reached your target. So, has Noel been taking the mickey? Does the doctor need medical help? Is John now out of tune? Or is Camille just thick? It's time to vote off.
With the most right answers, Noel is statistically the strongest link. John goes from being the strongest link in the last round to the weakest in this. But who will survive the vote?
Voting over, it's time to reveal who you think is the weakest link.
Camille. John.
Camille.
John.
Well, we have another tie team. John and Camille have 2 votes each. John,
Yes.
why Camille?
Well, David had said earlier we're keeping it all in the family, you know, first. Well, the family's all here. But we have to now start thinking about the charities. So that's why I just had to.
Camille,
Yes.
why John?
This is really boring, but I thought that John was going to be safe. And also, he's so good. He's too good. Oh, and he's gorgeous.
OK, when the vote's tied, the strongest link has to cast the deciding vote. And the strongest link was Noel. Why did you vote for John?
You got the dwarf star question wrong, and I think he was the only person that got one wrong, I think.
You have a choice. You can stick with John or change to Camille.
I'm going to stick with John.
John was the worst player. He was the only one to get a question wrong. Camille actually answered all her questions correctly and banked £750. John, you are the weakest link. Bye.
Anne is something very different from the aliens that we deal with in Torchwood.
The only thing that she has in common with the aliens, she's got attitude. And Jack finds that sexy. If Anne were ever to come onto Torchwood, I think that Jack and Anne would create some waves.